Hello, family. Welcome back to
Tucker Talk.
Let's do that again. Let's try it again. Hey, family, and welcome back to
Tucker Talk.
You always off when you do it. Try it one more time. Okay.
All
right. Hey, family, welcome back to
Tucker Talk.
We are happy to be back. We are in a different place today. We are celebrating our second year anniversary. So we decided to come out of town. We've been to Charleston. We were in Charleston for 2 days. Our last 2 days in
Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach. Don't make those faces. We are very excited about today's topic. Today's topic is forgiveness. Just trying to figure out some things to talk about, and just listening to other couples. We were talking about the importance of, I like the way you're looking at me. Stop looking at me like that. You're making me blush. We were talking about the importance of forgiveness. Okay. So what do you have to say about forgiveness? What do you mean by forgiveness? Like, do you mean like forgiving your partner, or because I think that goes without saying.
Well, forgiveness in general is always important. A lot of times, men worry about forgiveness because we usually do something that may not be intentional. As a matter of fact, most of the time it's not intentional.
Right, we talked about that last time.
But I'm going to speak for me. I'm not going to speak for anybody else. I've made some mistakes in my life as a man, a father, as a husband. And one thing that it took for me to learn was that before I could forgive anybody else for whatever I thought they may have done wrong, it was important for me to forgive myself. Usually in most situations, there's more than one person at fault. And it's important that you look at yourself first to examine what you may have done wrong. In some cases, we may know what we have done wrong, but we bear the burden of guilt because we know we did wrong. And that can have a severe impact on yourself and those around you. And it took a while for me to learn. So I had to start with forgiveness within myself. And
I remember, like, even when we first became, I don't mean to cut you off, but when we first became friends, you were struggling with the guilt part of it.
Yeah, and it
I remember that.
It made me do some things. Well, not. I don't want to say it made me do some things. I chose to do some things because of that burden, because I was trying to make up for how I felt. The guilt that I felt because I hadn't forgiven myself. I hadn't examined what I have done or what I had done at that particular time, and really thought to say, okay, how can I move on from that? How can I be better and not make those same mistakes again? And one of the important things that we always teach is that the best teacher of life is experience. And experience in that, I think, has allowed me to approach my relationship with my wife now in a different light, because I've seen some things and I've experienced some things that I probably don't want to go through again. I don't want to go through. It's not probably. I don't want to go through again. So I'm going to do everything I can not to make that same mistake. And it kind of leans on what I said before. I'm not out when I do things and she feels a certain way about them. You feel a certain way about them. I'm not out to do those things to make you feel that way. It's a learning process. So just give me a second to explain, and we'll be all right.
Well, I hear you talking about forgiving yourself for what you did, but I think for women, it's important for us to forgive the other party for what someone else did, because a lot of times, I'm not saying all the time, but we as women experience things in previous relationships, and then we make the other person pay for what the other guy or girl did to us. Like, I know I had to get past that because I was in a relationship where I was not happy, and just waiting for you to do the same thing.
Yeah, it was
and so
almost like a stereotype.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We
Well,
say,
I know you
all
do this.
men do this.
Right.
Men,
Right.
y'all always do this. Or men,
So I had to forgive the other person. I had to forgive my ex for what he did, or because I had to look at it like I made the choice to stay and endure some of the things. I had a choice the whole time. I had a choice whether to stay or leave. And so I decided to take some responsibility for some of the things that I allowed to happen. And I also forgave him because, I had to in order to be able to go forward and be healthy and productive in this situation. So I think it's important for women to, not judge the next guy on what someone else did, because my husband is total opposite of who and what my ex was. My ex may be good for somebody else. He just wasn't good for me. He wasn't good. He wasn't what I needed. And so I just had to accept, what, Keonta, you dealt with some things. You endured some things. You allowed some things to happen. So take responsibility, eat it, and move on. If you don't, what kind of things can happen?
What kind of thing?
If you don't, ladies, you can miss out on a good guy. You can miss out on a good girl. Gentlemen.
Or even if you get in a relationship and you're still holding on to some pieces and memories and experiences from a previous relationship, it can affect your current relationship, and you wind up having disputes.
It's like PTSD, right?
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
Because you like some things I do even now. We talking about when you say something that I don't like. You hate when I have like a scowl on my face. You hate that, and you said because that's something that you've endured.
Yeah.
Previously, you just don't want to see that. So I try to work on. I make like faces like, when we're like being light.
You did say it was unjust, but it doesn't take away what the experience was for me. Yes, it's unjust. Just. Jest. Jest.
We got
jest. We got it. We're two educators. We're in jest, or she's doing it in jest, but it's still, just like you said, and by no means are we comparing it to people experience different levels of PTSD. We're not trying to make light of it or lighten the fact that there are some serious issues when dealing with PTSD. But it's an experience, and it can take many forms.
Yeah.
And when you've been in a bad relationship or a relationship that has caused you trauma,
right?
Trauma or drama, then you go back.
Trauma or drama, I like that.
You go back and you're in that place again. And
you having an argument with the other person, but you right here with this person. You like
any response, any odor, any reminder of what you've been through. It takes you there briefly, and if you don't pull yourself back, then you're there. I have to pull this one back.
Oh yeah,
a
you
lot
do
of times.
all the time.
Like, hey, come back. We're not there. I'm not. No, this is just something you saw on the news.
Yeah,
we're not.
right.
It didn't happen to us. We didn't go through that. So you just have to remind her and throw out there and be understanding.
Yeah.
It took some patience on both our parts in the development of this relationship. There were things that I had to overcome. There were things that she had to overcome, and again, it's just another factor that made us stronger with the understanding of one another. That hey, this is what looking at her relationship and her telling me about that, and me telling her about my previous relationship or ships. Then we try to go forward and see the positive out of it, and try to be better companions for one another based on those experiences.
So what advice would you give in order to...
Oh, wow. We did not talk about this ahead of time, so I'm like on the spot. What advice would I give?
To someone who is experiencing, I want to call it relationship PTSD.
in any situation that
And
you're
you need to
in,
forgive.
all right, and something is done, the first advice I want to give to you is find out what the intention was of the person that you're in a relationship with. A lot of times the intention that you perceive is not the intention that was meant by that person. It goes back to a saying that has become somewhat popular. We received a call from some friends like look, I'm not waking up every morning, with the idea in mind, like, okay, how can I piss her off today? Well, I can't use that word.
You can't use that word. Say,
how can I make her angry today? And I have no doubt that she's not waking up saying, okay, what can I do to aggravate and make him angry today? So in any situation, again, where you feel like you're feeling that something's wrong, something said or something done has made you feel a certain way, go back to that person and find out what the intention was and allow them to explain it. If that's done and the intention was not malicious in any way, then there's no reason for forgiveness, because you're going to take that person for their word and understand that, hey, I said this and I know it came out, you telling me that it came out that way, that was not my intention. This is what I meant. Now, if something is done, you still have to move forward. I'm probably going to do something to make her angry in the future. I hope it's not intentional. I can't. It won't be intentional.
So how do I forgive you? How do you forgive? What do you do?
What do I do to forgive?
What needs to happen in order for you to?
You just have to move.
Forgive.
For me, I would say move forward. Like, move forward. It's done. What's done is done.
You can't make the person pay.
You have to accept that everybody in this world is not going to be on your side. Everybody in this world is not going to do everything for you. Everyone in this world is not going to be on your team. Everyone in this world is not going to do you a favor. Once you realize that, then I think things become a lot easier to kind of quell your expectations of people. You can't go into a situation expecting somebody to do something for you. You can't go into a new place expecting everyone to be nice to you. That's not the way of the world.
You cannot. You will eat yourself alive trying to make the person pay for what they've done. And I see a lot of unhappy relationships because somebody in their relationship is trying to make the person pay for the hurt that they've caused. And it's not worth it. I mean, either get over it or move on.
The choice is yours.
The choice is yours. Like, just get over it. Work it out. When I say get over it, I mean go through the process, whether it's counseling, whether y'all are doing YouTube videos together, whether y'all watching YouTube videos or, going on vacation, spending time together, whatever it is that you need to do to get over it, do that. But if you know you can't and you're not in a place where you can let this go, move on for yourself.
Time's up.
Time's up? Oh, okay. Well, we would like to say thank you for coming back to Tucker Talk. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
We will see y'all on the next episode. Don't forget, y'all, like and subscribe. Bye.